Hello bookworms! Today I'm going to be doing a Star Wars TBR video. So I thought it would be really fun to share Star Wars TBRs with you guys. I'm gonna include the next 5 Star Wars things that I'm planning on reading, and then once I read these 5, I'll make a new Star Wars TBR so you can see what I'm looking forward to next in the extended universe. So these are the next 5 canon stories that I'm planning on reading. The first one, which I'm planning on reading in March, is Queen's Peril by E.K. Johnston. This is the second Padme novel that E.K. Johnston has written, and this one is a prequel, so it actually takes place prior to The Phantom Menace, and it follows Padme when she's 14 years old and she has just won the election to be the Queen of Naboo. And it follows Padme as she adopts the name Amidala, and she leaves her family and heads to the palace, and while she's there, she has to choose her handmaidens, and it's going to be up to Padme to unite them. And I really loved E.K. Johnston's other book, Queen's Shadow, because we got to see the friendship between the handmaidens, and I'm really excited to get to see them be chosen through this book. And after the handmaidens are chosen, Naboo is invaded by the Trade Federation, and Padme and her handmaidens have to kind of band together to get rid of this threat, and I'm really excited. I said before, but Queen's Shadow is one of my favorite canon books in the Star Wars universe, so I'm really excited to get another Padme book from E.K. Johnston. I think it's going to be spectacular. Next on my list is Last Shot by Daniel Jose Older. This is the Lando and Han buddy cop novel, and one of the really fun things about this one is that it actually has a dual cover. So if you take this off, you can fold it the other way, and then you'll have Lando on the cover. Right now it has Han on here. I actually just never refolded it, but I think I might actually flip it around. This book takes place after the events of Return of the Jedi. So Han and Leia are already married and starting their family, and then Lando ends up showing up on Han's doorstep in the middle of the night because he's being threatened by assassins sent by Fyzen Gore, and if Han doesn't go to help Lando, pretty much everybody in Cloud City is in grave danger. And I know that they also team up with an Ewok in this novel, and there's supposedly a woman that might be the love of Lando's life. So I'm really excited to get to see this adventure between the two of them because it's been quite a while since I have gotten good Han and Lando time, and I'm definitely here for it. Next on my list is A New Dawn by John Jackson Miller. This novel takes place prior to Star Wars Rebels, which is the animated show that I am in love with. It is so good. But this tells the story of how Kanan and Hera actually met each other and teamed up within the Star Wars galaxy, and I cannot wait to see that story. I love Kanan and Hera. The two of them are two of my favorite characters, not only within Star Wars Rebels, but within the Star Wars universe overall. So to have an entire book focused on them, I'm so excited to read this, and I cannot believe that I haven't gotten to it yet. It's really tough to find in hardcover, which I guess was part of the reason that I haven't read it, but I managed to get a reasonably priced copy on eBay. Then the next book on my list is actually a comic, and that is Dr. Aphra Volume 1 by Kieran Gillen and illustrated by Kev Walker. And this is a series that I've been so interested in picking up. It takes place during the original trilogy of movies, and I believe Dr. Aphra is kind of like an Indiana Jones type character. Like, she's an archaeologist, and Vader is kind of, I don't know if he's like using her and making her search for certain artifacts that he needs for whatever reason. And then she ends up escaping Vader's clutches and surviving, but he doesn't know that she's still alive. So she's kind of like on the run from him. And Dr. Aphra teams up with 2 droids, and she is just going all around the galaxy looking for rare artifacts. And she's constantly trying to stay one step ahead of the Empire and bounty hunters. I think she even goes to like the Outer Rim at some points. So I'm really excited to get to know Dr. Aphra and to get to see her story. The series has been running for quite a while, so there are actually 7 volumes that are currently out, so I have quite a lot to catch up on, but for now, Volume 1 is on my TBR. And the last book on my Star Wars TBR is another comic, and that is Star Wars Volume 2, Showdown on the Smuggler's Moon by Jason Aaron and illustrated by Stuart Immonen. This main Star Wars comic, this was rebooted by Marvel like when the whole Disney Lucasfilm deal happened and they kind of threw everything out the window. So they rebooted the main Star Wars comic starting with issue number 1. This whole series takes place after A New Hope, but before Empire Strikes Back. And this series just wrapped up. So there were a total of 75 issues, and the series is actually once again being rebooted. So main title of Star Wars, it'll start again from number 1, and the new series is going to take place after Empire Strikes Back, before Return of the Jedi. And it's being written by Charles Soule, who I love. I'm excited to catch up on these. I read the first volume of Star Wars and I loved it. I thought it was really well done, and I really hope that the rest of the series continues to be as good as that first volume was. And it was really exciting to get to see like Han and Leia and Luke, because I feel like typically what I've read so far of the extended universe doesn't focus on that main trio outside of the Leia books that I read. Otherwise, I've been trying to read kind of in order, so a lot of what I've read focuses on like the prequels, or I have also read some stuff in the newer end that I wanted to read them before I actually saw the film. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this volume as well. And those are the next 5 things on my Star Wars TBR that I'm really looking forward to reading. Let me know if you have any suggestions for what I should pick up once I complete these 5 things. And once I do, I will create another Star Wars TBR video showing you the 5 things that I plan on reading after I read these 5 things. So that's all that I have for this video, and I will see you guys soon in a new one. Bye!